Hello students, good morning. Once again I welcome you in class 7th English. That we all know that this is our term 1 syllabus is going on. Now, this is our 5th chapter, the open window. The textual part we had already completed. Now, this is the grammar topic. The grammar topic is indefinite pronoun. Now, in this lecture, I will teach you that which time or how can we use indefinite pronoun, right? Where we use indefinite pronoun, because we all know that that there are 4 words, that is some, any, no, and every. And these indefinite pronouns that we are used for person, place, and thing. This thing I had already taught you previous lecture, but just then and then after I give you this little bit brief introduction. Now, yesterday, it means yesterday's lecture, I gave you that what is the meaning of pronoun, then kinds of pronoun, then indefinite pronoun, so first of all, pronoun means that the word that we use instead of noun is known as pronoun. Kinds of pronoun, so there are 9 kinds of the pronoun, and among them there is one kind of pronoun that is indefinite pronoun. The kinds of pronoun means personal pronoun, demonstrative pronoun, emphatic pronoun, reflexive pronoun, relative pronoun, reciprocal pronoun, then indefinite pronoun, interrogative pronoun, and last one is what? Indefinite pronoun itself. Right? So these kinds of pronoun that I give you, and among them indefinite pronoun. Now, what is the meaning of indefinite pronoun? It means indefinite means it do not refers particular for person, place, and thing is known is what? Indefinite pronoun. Now, indefinite pronoun, how many indefinite pronouns? So, how many indefinite pronouns? So, there are 16 indefinite pronoun. Among them, 8 for person, 4 for place, and 4 for thing. Right? That I already taught you in previous lecture. Now, then and then after, the words like every, some, no, and any, and they are connected with what? One, body, where, and thing. Right? So these things I had already taught you. Now, today I will give you, now what is the difference between this pronoun and when we are using this pronoun. So, first of all, we make the 3 parts, right? We make 3 parts. Because 3 part is for person, place, and thing. So, for person, someone, right? No one, everyone, and anyone. Now this for person. Apart from them, somebody, nobody, everybody, and anybody. Now this all for person, right? Then comes somewhere, nowhere, everywhere, and anywhere. Then things, something, nothing, then everything and anything. This for place and this is for things. Now, whenever the word some we are using in the sentence, it means we are using only for affirmative sentence. Remember one thing, whenever we are using the word someone, somebody, somewhere, something, it is used only for affirmative sentence. For example, someone is helping him. Now your question then, where we have to use somebody, right? So this someone, that is totally unaware, we don't know, he or she is totally unknown person. So we are using someone and somebody is knocking on my door. So now the word somebody and someone. Now what is the difference between both? The word is what? Positive words, right? It is a affirmative. The sentence is affirmative sentence. Now someone and somebody, the difference is what? Now someone we are using for totally unknown person, right? We don't know about he or she. Who is he or she? We don't know about it. That time we are using someone. Now somebody, it means we know that person. Either he or she is our friend, our brother and sister, our parents, whosoever. We are used for him. Now, so I hope you understand this thing. Now then after, the word anyone, right? Anyone and anybody. Now these words we have to use for interrogative or negative sentence. We are using this word for interrogative and negative sentence. For example, is there anyone in the room? See this thing. Is there anyone in the room? Second one. Is there anybody join the party? See this thing. Both the words, anyone and anybody, we are using for interrogative sentence. Then after, if we talk about negative sentence, so how can we use the in negative sentence? So your question is a negative sentence, how can we use? So there is, suppose we ask the question, is there anyone in the room? So what is the answer? No, there is not anyone in the room. The word, we have to ask this question in interrogative formation, right, with the help of helping verb. So is there anyone in the room? But the answer, if he say, if someone is in the room, so what is the answer? Yes, there is someone in the room. Or if there is not, so what? No, there is not anyone in the room. Or no, there is not anybody join the party. See this thing, it is used for interrogative sentence and affirmative. Sometimes in exceptional case we use anybody or anyone for affirmative sentence, but it is in exceptional case. Now everyone. So we all know that it is talking about what? Each and every person. How we can use? So for example, how we have to use? So everyone is present in class. See this thing. Remember one thing, whenever we are using indefinite pronoun, we should use, it is a compulsory not, we should use which form? Singular form of verbs. Because the definition says what? We are using for, it is not refer, it do not refer particular person, place or thing. That's why we are using what? Singular form, right? So everyone is present in the classroom. Then everybody, whether it is a unknown person, for that time we are using everyone. Now everybody, it means all people we know. So everybody should attend the seminar. So we are using for what? Everybody. Now anyone we already taught you. Now the remaining is what? Nobody and no one. The word, how we have to refer? Any one plus anybody. That we know that we are using for negative sentence. But if we have to no plus one and no plus buddy, so that time we are using this sentence. That time we are not writing nobody is not in the room. No, nobody is in the room. The sentence is what? We can ask, is there anyone in the room? So the answer is what? Nobody. No, nobody is in the room. So we clarify. Is it clear or not? I hope you understand very well. Now the thing is somewhere. So somewhere we are using for what? We have to ask the person for something, that where are you going? Suppose, where are you going? Are you going somewhere? So what did he answer? Yes, I am going to somewhere. So students, we are using somewhere for place. For example, if I am asking you, are you going to somewhere? So if he is going to somewhere, he or she will reply you, yes, I am going to so and so place. Then nowhere, that we are not going to. If he give the answer, so what if? No, I am not going to any, sorry, I am not going nowhere, I am not going, sorry student. For example, that time we are using the answer with the anywhere. No, I am not going to anywhere. See this thing, the answer in negative form. We are using not. Then also says that nowhere. So I am going to nowhere. See this thing. And if everywhere, so we are using this word is very famous. God is everywhere. The air is everywhere. Right? So this thing, right? Everywhere, all around us, we are using everywhere. So students, I hope you understand this purpose also. The next one is what? Something, nothing, everything and anything. So what? I have something to, I will give you something to you. Now what is it? Something. I have something that I will give you. What is it? That I don't know. Then comes nothing. If someone asks you, have you anything? So what will our reply? I have nothing. Right? So this is our reply. Then everything, that what? right? So someone is there, what do you have? So what is our answer? I have everything. Which types of things you have? So what is the answer? I have everything. And anything, that what I have not anything that I will give you. So students, these are the main purpose. I hope you understand this chapter very well, and in future if you have any doubt you can ask me. Thank you students.